All right. So make sure you turn your stuff on. All right, I'm about to go live, okay?
I'm already live.
Well, hello and welcome everybody to the Performance Motor Network / Global Racing Esports Network simulcast. And do we have a show in store for you here tonight as we come to present the Hurt Feelings 250? And I think we're going to see a lot of hurt feelings here tonight. This is quite a difficult track. This is the older iteration of this track now. As we've already I've watched a little bit of the Xfinity race today at the new version. Very interesting to see that, but I'm of the mind that you can't replace old classic here. The old Atlanta, just showing how she's got so much character, and I think a lot of these guys are going to have a lot of trouble with it. But I'm joined in the booth here tonight by Michael Lester. How you doing, Michael?
Man, Brian, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to be here. We're going to have some fine racing here at Atlanta. A lot of things are going to be in store for us tonight. Hopefully, we get some long green flag runs. A lot of the talk around the pit road there has been these tires falling off at an alarming rate. So if you're up there and you can save your tires, you're going to go very far in this race. But if you're one of those guys who just likes to run out front, you're going to be in a world of hurt about 20 laps into it when these things get loose.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big story tonight is just how much these tires do wear on this old surface. Just a veritable cheese grater out here tonight, and you're gonna pay for it if you try to be fast in the beginning. You know, you just kind of. It's one of those games, attrition, or one of these kind of things here where attrition is just going to be so important, and setup also just going to be so important because handling is everything at this track.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Driving the trucks all week long, trying to get ready for that truck race. I went through a multitude of different kind of setups, trying to find that long run setup because this track doesn't bring out caution. It's very hard to bring out a caution from iRacing on this track. We've seen 3 or 4 cars crash, and as long as they get down to that low side, iRacing keeps it going green. So you're gonna have a lot of long green flag runs, and taking care of them tires is going to be the key to success. If you do not take care of them tires, you're not going to be in any position to win this race at the end of this 163 laps.
I was just getting ready to say 163 laps, 250 miles these guys have to do, and I just was watching Joshua Slade and David Holsey having a little bit of a tango out there in practice, just playing around. But now qualifying has begun, and these guys will be set to have 2 laps to try to make something happen out here. And qualifying is one of those tricky things about here at Atlanta, especially this old iteration. I mean, it's so tricky to get the power down at this track.
And right now, I'm watching Brian Ricker come out to do the warm up lap on his qualifying run. Joshua Slade and Stephen Hayes, Don Blazer, 3 other guys that are out there uh, trying to put down their qualifying run early on.
And the one I think is really going to be the watch is Dale Brooks. I think that he has the hot hand right now. When you say Lester, I mean, won the last 2 races, truck and Xfinity. The last 2 races that he won was a truck and an Xfinity race. I mean, it's just like, what, will this be a bad race for him? Or, he's been the fastest in practice. What do you think, Lester?
No doubt, Dale Brooks is on a hot streak. He's riding that momentum all the way in here to Atlanta, hoping that it continues. Like you said, he was the fastest in qualifying, or sorry, not qualifying, but practice. And we'll see how that. You can be fast for 1 lap, but you're going to have to be fast for 163 laps in order to win this race.
You're right. It's all going to be about consistency, surviving, and having that, that attrition kind of, favor you for sure. But looking at the points here, I know one person that really needs to have a good finish was not very quick in practice, though, Michael Thorpe. He is in the points lead right now, has 516 points. Joshua Slade in second with 485. Chris Basinger in third with, I do believe, 470, and he's up a point. Actually, Joshua Slade was up a position. Joshua Slade was actually up 3 positions. We see Tristan Evil actually has fallen down 1. He definitely not having the best season so far for him. I think this Xfinity car is not easy, and you could be the best driver. This Xfinity car will humble you, I think.
Oh yeah, most definitely. This is a big leap moving up from the trucks and running Xfinities full time. These guys have been doing a great job. This is our 4th race this season, and they've just been doing an excellent job. And looking forward to seeing what they can do with Atlanta here.
And Dale Brooks right now up to the pole. We saw Halsey holding it for a second, but Michael Hayes up to second right now. Gotta say, I'm loving that paint scheme. I know we talked about it before the broadcast, how that looks like a lazy lizard out there on the racetrack.
he might look like a lazy lizard, but he is definitely not a lazy lizard when it comes to qualifying. He's going to take the outside pole. Let's see what comparative times to Dale Brooks. He was only about 7/100ths of a second slower than Dale Brooks' fastest lap. So I think these two guys are definitely going to start this race off, and they're going to start the race off racing each other and making a good show out of it.
And there goes William Brown up to the 3rd position. And I know before the race started, you kind of said that you were looking at William Brown. You think that he's going to win this race. He's definitely showed it in qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. William Brown has one of those acts where he just shows up on race day and he wins. No practice, no nothing. Just gets in the car and says, "All right, I'm driving it." So definitely look for him to be up there in contention at the end of this race.
Yeah, and I mean, he's usually really good on the long runs too, which is surprising because, literally, like you said, he does exactly that. He just shows up, doesn't practice, and wins. He has done that several times. We've seen it before.
Exactly. I mean, we continue to be amazed by the talent that William Brown. I've known him back since he was racing ARCAs, and he was just winning everything. And then we moved him up to trucks, and he did really well in the trucks. And now he's over here in the Xfinity cars, just doing the same thing he always does. Just shows up and wins races and gets good results every week.
Well, only about 30 seconds left in qualifying here. Most people have taken their qualifying laps. Only a couple people who have elected to not. I do believe Ricky Hudgens electing not to. Steve Gerber and Chuck Cobb all electing not to qualify here. Could be a good call, but one thing about it, even though, tires are going to be a premium here. It really is truly going to be a premium. But one thing that's also going to be a premium is track positions, considering how hard it is to pass at this racetrack.
Right now, Christopher Basinger out there running his last lap. He didn't have enough time to put 2 laps in. Started way too late, but that's going to be the end of qualifying, and we're going to go to the grid.
And that is it. Qualifying is over. Dale Brooks with the pole. Michael Hayes in 2nd place. William Brown in 3rd. David Halsey in 4th. Stephen Hayes in 5th. 6th place is going to belong to Joshua Slade. 7th place, Brian Ricker. 8th place, Tristan Evil. And if you'd like to do the rest of the field, Lester.
Sure. 9th place, Christopher Basinger. 10th place, our points leader coming into this race, Michael Thorpe Jr. Don Blazer is 11th. Jason Schilling, 12th. 13th goes to Jeffrey Weimer. 14th, Steve Gerber. 15th is Kenny Hudgens. And actually starting the 16th spot will be Chuck Cobb.
And we definitely appreciate everybody out there tuning in to the Performance Motor Network or the Global Racing Esports Network. Feel free to like and subscribe on both of them. Make sure you comment down below to, might even get a shout out if you comment.
Most definitely. Let us know who you think is going to win this race. You got a favorite driver in here? Let us know. We'll give him a shout out and let him know that you're rooting for him if he happens to get up here into the booth tonight. So definitely give us a shout out and let us know how we're doing. For the spammers, please don't put anything down on my thing again. That was very disturbing.
I'll tell you, I know it's unfortunate when you have that, Lester, but one thing, get with me after the race. I can tell you exactly how to get rid of that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm tired of
But
looking down now.
enough of it. Definitely is aggravating. It's something that me and Zach with PMN have dealt with for a long time. But we figured out ways to get around them to where we can filter out keywords that they would say
I
that keeps
got
them
you.
from posting.
There you
But
go.
something that we'll have to talk about after the race, and I'll definitely get you worked out with that, because that's not, you don't, your people don't want to get, our audiences don't deserve to get subjected to that kind of depravity.
Exactly. But we're
But we
gonna
definitely appreciate everybody dealing with it.
oh yeah, we're definitely we're gonna be getting this race started now. With these guys are starting to do their pace laps.
Yep, the grid is set. Everybody's pretty much gotten rolling here, and gotta ask, Michael, what is the? I know the fuel runs are probably around the 50 lap mark. But how many sets of tires do these guys have on today?
Well, these guys are gonna have 5 extra sets of tires in pit road, and they're probably gonna use up all 5 of these sets. If we get any cautions, they're definitely gonna be coming in to use them quite frequently, because this track, everybody knows, Atlanta eats up the tires.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, this old surface. I mean, that's why I think that it's good to repave it. But I don't know. I mean, just the character of this track. This track, driver's choice type of track. You know what I mean? Like when you think of a driver's track, this is it. This is the one that you have to really try to work that wheel around, as we have the pace car in the middle of 3 and 4, soon to go down pit road to get this thing started.
A big story just forming here. Ricky Hudgens jumps to the pits after gridding up, and he's sitting in the pits right now. I do not know if that's by design or something happened, but right now Ricky Hudgens is sitting in the pits. Green flag in the air.
A story.
And we'll go back and see if he actually starts the race from the pits, or is he away from this thing. But right now, Dale Brooks.
Being taken 3 wide. William Brown taking him on the bottom.
Mike Hayes on top.
Michael Hayes on the top. Man, these guys are coming out with the gloves already off.
And Ricky Hudgens did leave the pits. Oh, William Brown's getting loose. He saves it. Everybody gathers it back up, but that definitely hurt.
Hayes. I'd say if anybody lost it, was definitely also Stephen Hayes, but Brown, man, losing a tremendous amount of positions there.
And Stephen Hayes is falling back as well, and that hurt Dale Brooks with William Brown being right next to him. He had to check up and move out, and that gave Mike Hayes free shot at the lead.
I was about to say, you probably got a little bit of a mixed feeling about that, considering, Stephen Hayes had a big moment problem there, but a 99 up there in the lead.
Yeah, I did not see Stephen Hayes like that. I did see, I was looking at William Brown, and I seen that he had gotten loose coming off of turn 4 there.
Yeah, see, that's good eye on you to catch the William Brown one. I caught the Stephen Hayes one.
Okay, 2 sets of eyes, we catch everything, right?
Right.
But Dale Brooks fighting back, trying to catch back up to Mike Hayes in that 99 and the 32 of Dale Brooks. Oh, Dale Brooks running that high side for a minute there.
And we saw him in practice do a lot of this, and I think that's a good call when it comes to Atlanta. I mean, that top side really just, you're able to sail it in, have a lot of momentum. And,
but it was
a little loose there. Brooks almost drifting a little bit. He's able to keep control of that car, and they're coming up on, I do believe, Ricky Hudgens, and looks like some news here. Brian Ricker out of the car.
He was having some good he had some good runs last week, and that's I hate to see. Or Stephen Hayes is down pit road as well. I'd like to know what happened with Brian Ricker. Why Brian Ricker?
On that. Could have easily been a connection issue or something like that. Knowing Rickers, he wouldn't just quit like that. But we're looking at this up in here, the front. We see.
Brian Ricker is coming back out on the pit road, off of pit road.
Michael Hayes right now up in the lead, trying to hold off Dale Brooks. You see a lap car there too. Ricky Hudgens. Could that come into play here? And big moves here from Tristan Evil. I was just talking bad about him, saying that he hasn't been having the season he needs to have. Well, he's having the race he needs to have right now if he keeps it up right now, as he has taken over third place and is running down Dale Brooks.
There you go. Michael Thorpe, another guy that was not looking good, very good in the practice, climbed his way up 5 positions to the top 5.
He has, for sure. He needs to keep this points lead. Michael Thorpe needs to keep doing exactly what he is doing right now.
Most definitely. This is still early in the race. Nobody has ran away with his championship points yet. So therefore, we're going to keep an eye on that throughout the season. But right now, Michael Thorpe doing what he needs to do to leave Atlanta as your points leader.
For sure. And we saw William Brown have that big moment. He's back up to 10th right now. He's trying to drive his way forward, as he is a little bit under fire here from Jason Schilling. Quite a distance to get up to Steve Gerber, though, up in 9th. David Holsey looking really good here tonight. I'm loving everything I'm seeing from him in that 57. He just has bad luck a lot, but he's a very capable driver.
Oh, most definitely. All these guys are very capable drivers. You sit there, and these guys are the top guys in Global. They have the top I rating. They've been around Global for the longest time. So anybody out there that can drive these cars, you're looking at them right here.
Michael Thorpe right now trying to look on the high side of David Holsey, just not able to get there. That's one thing about this track. It's just so hard to pass. If you try to go on the bottom, you're going to get loose. If you try to pass them on the top, a lot of times they're protecting that top line. They don't want you to go up there. A little bit. Almost some problems here. Holsey getting tight on that wall. Thorpe trying to avoid him, and also we got Stephen Hayes, a lap car, in the picture here. Wow, I'm surprised those guys kept that together without any major damage. That could have been nasty.
Oh, most definitely there. Halsey, another one of those drivers. He's fast, really good driver. If something actually was to happen, he would be the guy that would be able to pull it out without hitting anybody. Probably sacrifice his car before he actually tried to hit somebody.
Challenge for second place right now. Tristan Evil trying to look on the inside of Dale Brooks. Not able to get there, though. I think that's something we're going to see. Anything 15 plus laps on these tires, it's just going to be almost impossible to make a pass.
Yeah, if you want to get your there's going to be 2 times to make your passes in this race. When you first got them 4 fresh tires, and towards the end of the run, if you saved your tires longer or better than the guy in front of you, you're able to pass them as those tires wear down. But the first part of the race, when you got those 4 fresh tires, it feels like you can go through this track with a full force.
Michael Thorpe dropping some positions now. Chris Basinger pressuring him for positions here. That is for the 6th position. Want to give a big shout out to Scoots, or I think it's Scoots out there. Go Chris Basinger. Woohoo. Glad to see the support out there for that 11 machine.
Yeah, Scoots is a big supporter for Lazy Lizard Racing, so definitely great to see him out here and watching everybody. So
Joshua Slade trying to find a way to get around Stephen Hayes, who's
just said Brian Ricker. I just got to report that Brian Ricker might have crashed. I'm gonna for my guys. I'm gonna go back and oh yeah, it looks like he got on the apron to get on a pit road and just jumped back up onto the track for a second. But he is fine. No, I think he got it down and he towed to the infield. So
even though that Stephen Hayes has that damage on the front of his car, I feel like he's still looking really quick, even though he's 4 laps down right now. I mean, he could still be a contender if we see some cautions or something to get him back on the lead lap.
Oh, definitely. I think anybody out here can be a contender to win this race. Stephen Hayes and Brian Ricker. Well, I think Brian Ricker decided to call it quits. But Stephen Hayes, if you're a lap down, you definitely can have an opportunity to get back on that lead lap and be strong and get a good top finish.
And it could all just come down to some technical difficulties. I know I've been seeing that a lot here lately. A lot of the guys, maybe with the recent updates, we've seen a lot of guys having, throughput errors or stuff like that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We run in a technological world here that if internet's bad, if you got bad weather around your house, it could play havoc with your internet. You could lag a little bit. And that all plays into our racing.
Michael Hayes right now finally is caught up here to the back of Ricky Hudgens. He's going to try to put him a lap down. Ricky definitely going to be fighting hard to keep that from happening, and that top lane is going to be really the way to do it. Getting real close to one another.
There's some hard racing up here front. Ricky does not want to go a lap down, and 99 wants to put him a lap down because that's letting everybody behind him catch right back up, along with Stephen Hayes, who is a lap down as well.
Yeah, I mean, if Stephen Hayes could play this right, he could get one of those laps back the hard way, and he would be set to, if another caution comes out, he gets another lap back. So he has a way that he can make something happen here. I'd be maybe giving Ricky Hudgens a beer after this if I was Stephen Hayes, because he has really slowed down Michael Hayes. Those guys are brothers, though. I mean, they're probably not too happy about this.
Yeah, well, once
one of them is.
yeah, well, once those tires start going, it's really hard to make a pass on the low side. As you see Dale Brooks trying to look down, you run that low line, it will get that car really tight. And if you're underneath somebody, you don't have that exit slingshot there. So being up top, you can kill somebody's momentum by pinching them down to the end or to the inside there.
This has been a good race there for Ricky Hudgens, though. Even though he is, verging on going a lap down, he's been able to hold it off, and he's shown that. I think that if Ricky had started with the pack, I think he'd be right there challenging for this year. He seems like he's just good at defending that line.
Well, right now, Mike Hayes is continuing to look inside. And here you go, Tristan Evil looking on the inside of Dale Brooks for the second spot.
Yeah, I'm just surprised.
Oh, Ricky gets a little loose right in front of the leaders.
Make that low line work is very difficult. You get so loose down there. And there's bumps all over this racetrack. Hayes going all the way down to the white line. Catch a little bit of that apron, you definitely know it's there.
And Hayes is going to be able to make that pass on the lap car of Ricky Hudgens. Oh, Tristan Evil and Brooks.
And Ricky Hudgens spins out. No caution for this, I don't believe.
Yeah, I believe if there we go. I think our. Oh wow, let's go back and. Yeah, that's definitely all that racing right there behind the leaders.
And I think really what the dominoes that set that off, to be honest with you, was Ricky Hudgens getting into the back of Michael Hayes and slowing everybody else, kind of like a bottleneck. Oh, well, I don't know. So they went 3 wide, and 3 wide just does not work at this track in these Xfinity cars, it seems like.
Yeah, I think, they were just 3 wide. Tristan Evil didn't have much room, washed up a little bit, caught Dale Brooks, and both of them all went to the, along with Ricky Hudgens, all went to the wall.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for all 3 of those cars.
And two of those cars were teammates of each other, Ricky Hudgens and Dale Brooks. But right now we see Mike Hayes coming down, and just like you said, Stephen Hayes is going to got his lap back the hard way, and he's going to get one more lap for being the lucky dog.
Yeah, for sure.
So he'll be down.
I mean, looking back at that a couple times, I mean, and I was kind of a little bit talking about Ricky Hudgens, how he kind of like set that all off with that push on the back of Michael Hayes. I don't think that was a bad push. That push probably even helped Michael Hayes in a lot of ways.
It probably did.
That was some bump drafting, right there. I do think that even I don't think blame Ricky Hutchins, but I think that it still like set the dominoes to fall to where those guys are going to have to go 3 wide. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would never fault any lap car for trying to stay on the lead
He's
lap
racing.
and racing. As long as we always say you got to hold your line. Ricky did hold his line. Dale was trying to pass him at the same time as Tristan Evil was trying to pass him. It was just one of those it was like one of those racing incidents where you got 3 wide going on, and Atlanta's not really been a big track going 3 wide, even though it's wide enough to do it with. I mean, especially with 20-something laps on your tires, it starts getting washed up a little bit. You're harder to hold the line.
Got a comment here on the YouTube here. Gotta love netcode. I do believe that comes from Adapt Shadows. That's Tristan Evil. Looking back at this, let's see if it was netcode.
It didn't look like netcode to me, but I could be wrong.
Looking back at it from a good view to see if they definitely. Now that was contact. That was 100% contact.
So, I mean, Dale Brooks had a fast car, took the pole, so it's definitely sucks to see that he's got damage on his car and that he's still in pit road.
Try to get it as much as you can fixed. I mean, and
yeah, I mean,
momentum he's built, man. That's just hate to see that go away.
Exactly. I mean, he was on that momentum wave, and hate to see it end like this, but for all intents and purposes, unless he's got a wonderful pit crew there, I think his car is not going to run the same way as it was these first 20 laps.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Adapt Shadows commenting more. I mean, I can see what you're saying when it comes to, the way the cars reacted. I think that y'all would have hit, but I don't think it would have been as bad as it really was. So I kind of right there with you there. But we definitely appreciate everybody. Love to see a lively comment section, though, don't we?
Oh, yes. I mean, I haven't got any comments over here. I got 2 viewers, but they're being really quiet, so.
The pace car lights are out, though, set to get back racing. Michael Hayes going to be in the first position. David Holsey on the outside row. Joshua Slade, first time up in the top 3.
William Brown back after that slide and back up here in 4th, with Don Blazer rounding out your top 5. Jeffrey Weimer up there in 6th place. The way his season
a whole nother thing here when it comes to the running order, just because of that whole incident.
Exactly. I mean, the front runners are now in the back, besides Michael Hayes, who was able to get out of that. But Dale Brooks inside, still sitting on pit road.
I almost feel like Ricky Hutchins and that whole thing kind of saved Michael Hayes, because he gave him that bump and pushed him away from everybody.
It very well could be. I mean.
The green flag is out. Michael Hayes getting a wicked jump there. Now side by side for second. Joshua Slade trying to take it all.
Joshua Slade gets a good jump along with Michael Hayes on for that second spot. David Holsey sitting there in 3rd. David Holsey looking low.
Schilling having some problems. Sorry to take the attention away from the front, racing the front. Jason Schilling spins out, goes down to the apron, saves it.
Yeah, these cars are so loose. I know he was complaining of a loose car all week long in practice. So, but David Holsey.
See Michael Gorham right now also challenging William Brown. I think the first 15 laps of the runs are so important, because you have to do everything you can to try to get this track position, because it's going to be so difficult to pass later.
Right now,
having been involved in that wreck, Tristan Evil still working his way through the field, getting past Jeff Weimer right now, up to 7th.
Jeff Weimer falling back to 8th. right behind him is Steve Gerber. I would love for Gerber to come up here and get an interview at the end of this race. He's one of those guys. He does hard work every week. He comes out here, races with us every week, and he doesn't get the finishes that he deserves. So I would love for him to get a top 3 tonight.
I am right there with you. Joshua Slade challenging for second place. Halsey glancing off the wall a little bit here. This is some crazy hard racing going on right now, but I'm right there with you. Gerber, I mean, heck, I remember last season in the Truck Series, he was, the points leader for a long time.
Hey, you're right, Steve Gerber. Definitely, he's a consistent driver out there as long as nobody takes him out. As we talked about taking out, Josh Slade and Dave Halsey still battling for that second spot, and the one who's liking that the most is at 99. Watching them back there race each other.
The 57, Halsey, he is literally running on the fence. How was he managing to make that happen without losing momentum? I mean, he literally gained momentum, and I think he touched the wall just a little bit. It didn't even hurt him.
That's Dave Halsey for you. He finds a way to pull it out of the sack there.
I mean, you look at that camo thing. I mean, that's one thing I've always loved about Global. That's one reason PMN has always, loved to stick by Global is, the military record that a lot of these guys have. And, only a military man can make moves like that,
Yeah, we have a lot of military guys. Dave Halsey, Joshua Slade. If I miss anybody, Dale Brooks. I was gonna go down the list. Let me see. Jeffrey Weimer. Of course, Dale Brooks and Kenny Heath. A lot of us have served in the military, and some of us still have that military. I guess bearing would be the best way to say it.
That
but right now,
mindset, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. But right now, 99 has his mirror full of that 57 of Dave Halsey coming up to challenge him for the lead.
And he's going to have to try to run that wall like he did before. I think he's going to try to get above Mike Hayes. But I don't think Hayes is going to let him do that. He's taking his line away. He's like, you're not going to get hit by me easily.
Yeah, that's smart racing right there. Make him pass you underneath where he's going to use up them tires. Pinch him down. Keep him down there. Don't let him get that exit. And right now you see 99. Right now you see 99 moving back away from the 57. So he was the better of the two on that lap there.
Now let's take a nice cockpit camera here. Maybe. To see what, it looks like to run around this track. I mean, such a difficult track, such a bumpy track. You can see this car bouncing all around here from that cockpit camera. Imagine if you had a motion rig or a butt kicker in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would go into overdrive on this track. It is bumpy. It is. I mean, you see him coming down. You see him hitting the rev limiter, going into the turns, and it's even worse on the backstretch.
How close he is to that wall, though.
Yeah.
Wow, Halsey is just. I am very impressed with what I'm seeing with him tonight.
You see him you hear him getting out of the gas, getting back into the gas about middle way through, trying to get that slingshot on that outside. Whoa, that was close to that wall.
Tristan Evil has worked his way up to 6th place. Right now, side by side, William Brown and Josh Benoit. Joshua Slade.
Oh, that's gonna count points against you there, sir.
Oh, me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, William Brown, huge run on the inside. Able to clear Slade. Slade gonna have the momentum on exit though here.
You got Michael Thorpe right there behind him. And Chris Basinger right behind him, challenging him for the 5th spot. Now, Thorpe's going to challenge.
I'm fired, everybody.
Oh. Thorpe almost takes out Joshua Slade. Gives room for Tristan Evil to come underneath Michael Thorpe to take away that 5th position.
Yeah, that 17, even though he was involved in that accident, is fast. Running quick. Thorpe looking like he's going to try to challenge on the bottom here. He is still side by side with him. Joshua Slade, I think he's trying to run what you see, all these other guys running, that top side. He's trying to do exactly that. It's working for him in varying degrees, but still side-by-side racing right there behind him. That's what you want to see. You want to see those guys side-by-side, so you're not as under pressure. But when you're side-by-side here, those guys are gonna run slower.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Mike Hayes wishes everybody was racing side-by-side beside him, behind him, I mean. But right now, he continues to stay in front of David Halsey, about 0.7 seconds ahead. And David Halsey's kind of his tires have started gone away from him now, and he's starting to fall back.
Oh, big! Yeah, he's getting really loose right there. We saw Halsey kicking sideways. One thing about this track and many others, of course, is you see that dirty air. Clean versus dirty air really affects the wear on these tires. You see the 99 of Michael Hayes, he's got the clean air right now. He's probably not having a lot of handling issues. He's probably not burning those tires up as much as these guys that are having to deal with his wake.
Well, his line is definitely a lot cleaner because of that clean air in front of him.
Yeah, right now, very important.
Right now, William Brown is stalking David Halsey, trying to get that second position away from him.
And the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th still has not settled down very much. Tristan Evil has gotten up to 4th place, but for a while there, that was a hornet's nest of racing going on.
And right there, you see Michael Thorpe looking on the outside of the 17 of Tristan Evil.
Been impressed with Don Blazier here tonight. He's been struggling a little bit this season with the Xfinity car, but that 23 looking strong tonight in 7th place.
And Don Blazier having a kind of a rough weekend so far with Global ARCA. Was doing very well in the ARCA series Thursday night, and came around the Tri-Oval, and there was a car parked at the Tri-Oval, and they didn't throw a yellow flag, and his front end found the side of that guy's car and kind of ended his night for Thursday night. So let's hope that doesn't repeat here tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're definitely seeing some fireworks going off right here in 4th and 5th. As Thorpe and Tristan Evil, they're having a duel right now. Weapons out.
Oh, Tristan Evil gets loose, but like gathers it back up.
Thorpe, and now side by side with Joshua Slade. Man, I bet these guys could use some new tires.
Oh, I guarantee you that nobody will have a set of tires in the pits after this race. Those things will be used.
Michael Hayes right now dominating this event, though. 1.7 seconds he has a lead over William Brown. William Brown just recently took second from David Halsey. I think Halsey, in the longer run, he just is not handling like he should be.
That scaly car is definitely pulled out to a considerable lead. William Brown now having second place, so he might try to do something. He's a former Lazy Lizard, so he's up there, trying to put a Lazy Lizard up there in first place.
And looking at some of the fastest lap times on the racetrack right now is Michael Thorpe. He's hitting a 32.714 last time by, which is faster than the leaders. And he is taking over third, chasing down William Brown. So this is not over by a long shot.
Yeah, Michael Thorpe
still over 100, almost 120 laps here.
Michael Thorpe found the speed he was looking for coming out of practice. He was like 10th fastest in practice, but right now he's in third place and looking for more looking for
I
William
think what we're
Brown.
seeing, I think what we're seeing there with Michael Thorpe is, you know, you can't judge practice over the race. I mean, you never can prepare what it's going to feel like when you got, you know, almost 20 cars, you know, 15 cars all racing on the same racetrack. You know, knowing how that's going to feel. You know, even when it comes to setting up that car, it's hard to predict how that car really is going to act.
Yeah, that's why we give these guys an hour worth of practice. Your setup might be good one day, and the next day there might be something off, and you got to make that adjustment. And like you said, there's no way of telling how somebody's going to do in a race by the fastest time they pulled in practice. And right now, Thorpe is showing.
And we got a big battle forming back here. Jeff Weimer moving up to 7th place. Steve Gerber trying to get past Don Blazier right now.
Ooh, and Steve Gerber gets a big run on the 73.
Dale Brooks. He is 17 laps down right now, driving his way to this field like he's going to win the race.
I'm
glad expect from a guy like Dale Brooks. I'm glad he's back on the track.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad he's back on the track, and he's definitely got the fresher tires of everybody, and he's running through.
Tristan Evil right now trying to battle with David Holsey. Got a little touch of that apron. You see he's getting real liberal when it comes to going a little bit lower. You saw you even clip the grass a little bit there in the tri-oval.
David Holsey, once challenging for the lead against Michael Hayes, is now fell back to 5th place and being under fire from that 17 of Tristan Evil. Steve Gerber just trying to make a pass on Jeff Weimer back here for 7th and 8th. Jeff Weimer getting that big shot out from the exit, and I think Gerb got real tight. Now he's under fire from Don Blazier.
He was maximizing momentum there with Jeff Weimer. What a great move, and glad to see him, you know, doing well out here. I'm a little apprehensive to talk about him, just considering he always blames me when he messes up.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He's doing an excellent job right now. I mean, it really is. That 73, I mean, he's such a talented driver. And, you know, I just think, you know, just one of those guys that suffers from poor luck, almost like David Holsey.
And we're just about, we're not even just about. We're not even close to being halfway. We're just about at 1/3 of the way through this race.
These guys still probably have about 20 laps left on fuel. But one thing I heard before the broadcast, you know, talking to these guys, they said, you know, gas is not going to be the main thing. I mean, I think what's going to force these guys down pit road is probably going to be tires, to be honest with you. I mean, just, you know, depending on your setup. Because, I mean, we're seeing such tremendous fall-off right now. Now 2 seconds of fall-off. These guys started out, you know, look at our leader right now. Started out with a 31.235 second lap. That's his best lap of the night. Now turning 33.146. I mean, that is 2 seconds of fall-off.
You're exactly right there, Brian. These tires will wear. Atlanta has been known famously for tearing up some tires. It's a fun track. It's a driver's track, but it's a track that tires just get ate up, and you got to adjust to that all race long. You don't want to sit there and have to pit every 20 laps to get new tires, because then you'll be a lot of laps down when somebody doesn't pit. But you got to adjust your driving style all race long for those tires.
100%. Just trying to go through the field here, see all what's going on. Really, the main battle going on is Steve Gerber and Jeff Weimer. Steve Gerber right up on each other. Also, Tristan Evil right now fighting with Dale Brooks, even though Dale Brooks is laps down.
Well, if I was Tristan Evil, I would just let Dale Brooks.
I just let him go.
Let him go. He's got the fresher tires. Definitely would not push the envelope right here.
I don't know. Looks like Dale Brooks hungry, trying to make a pass here. Hopefully nothing bad happens here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just looking at Dale Brooks still got a fast car. I wish he hadn't went all them laps down. He has got a fast hot rod still, and
oh, yeah, he's definitely
trying to stay alive here. You know, if he stays alive in this race, some other guys maybe fail based on attrition. He could definitely make something happen. I mean, he still gets some spots, and he's been on such a tear as of late.
And it kind of looks like Dale Brooks is kind of like toying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like he's trying to be in his mirror, show him like, hey, I'm here. But I think it's actually helping Tristan Evil in a lot of ways because he's caught up, back up to Dale Brooks again, or David Holsey, I should say. Kind of helped him out a little bit.
Yeah,
looking further back in the field here, Jeff Weimer and Don Blazier kind of battling it out.
Yeah, like if I was Tristan Evil, I would just let Dale Brooks definitely just pass me. Oh, Dave Holsey up on that high side. Like he's been, I think he hit the wall. He's scraping against the wall.
There. And that means Tristan Evil up to 5th place. It's almost like Brooks is actually helping Tristan. It seems like, he's not really endangering him, not really wrecking him or anything like that. He's almost pushing him along. I mean, this being a 1.5 mile track, having that draft help, that little bit of a push arrow-wise, is really helping Tristan Evil out. I mean, I think we almost look at it like Dale Brooks being a little malicious here. I don't think he is. I think if he wanted to wreck him, he would have done it. He's trying to help him.
Yeah, Michael Thorpe up here has caught up to William Brown.
Yeah, about a half a second there in between those two.
Yep, and we might be able to see a pass for 2nd place if Michael Thorpe continues to gain ground on the 2nd place of William Brown.
You also got to keep in mind, 37 laps these guys have been in this run. That means gas is soon to be something that they will have to be concerned about, considering, like I said, about 50 laps these guys can make it. And I would suspect in the next 10 or so laps, we're going to see some guys decide to go down. I think we'll see some varying strategies, though, Lester. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. I think you're going to see somebody who's going to try to pit early, try to get those fresh tires, and gain the ground on, like right now, Mike Hayes has a 3.5 second lead off of Michael Thorpe, who's the 2nd fastest guy on the track. Thorpe might decide to come down, maybe 5 laps sooner than what he wants to, just to get that extra time on those faster laps with the fresher tires.
And the clean air, too. If you get out front, you get that clean air.
Exactly. Well, if you get if you get around where nobody's racing, you're definitely going to put down better time, save a little bit on the tire wear. Mike Hayes might be looking at a way that I'm going to run this thing till, I'm leaving everybody, so he's going to stay out there as long as everybody stays on the track. If nobody comes in, he's not coming in. He's going to let the field dictate when he comes in. But right now, he's worked up a 3.1 second lead over William Brown.
Yeah, 3 second lead from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, about 3.1.
That's quite a large gap for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible to see that. You got to be filled with a lot of pride to seeing that, Lester.
Oh, Mike Hayes he's been one of those strong racers all year long, and it was only a matter of time before you see him in victory lane. And hopefully tonight will be that night. But a lot of race left over or left to go. A lot of good racers still there. Anything can happen where William Brown or Michael Thorpe. Oh, William Brown hits the wall as I put the camera on him. And that should open a door for Thorpe to come up and make a challenge for that 2nd place. But William Brown getting back up to top speed and Thorpe not being able to capitalize.
Yeah, it definitely could have helped out. Thorpe, you can see a little bit of a crinkle on the side of that race car.
Yeah, William Brown now almost down to 4 seconds behind Michael Hayes because of that little brush with the outside wall.
Dave Holsey is caught up back to the back of Dale Brooks and Tristan Evil. So Halsey seems like he has that long run car. Like, it wasn't that good in the middle of the run. It wasn't that good, you know, it was pretty good in the beginning. But, you know, that sometimes could be the best car you could ask for. Is that car that, you know, gets better as time goes on.
The tires get that second wind.
Exactly. It's like it's a phase, you know, that the tires go through.
Well, it's like a long distance runner. He'll get tired in the middle of a run, and he might slack off a little bit, but once those legs get back underneath him, he'll pick back up and finish the race strong. And that's how these race cars are. In the middle of a run, the air in these tires are not up to par, but as they keep on running, it gets better, and the car takes back off. So many phases of life in these tires.
100%. Michael Hayes still out front, now over 4 seconds of a lead. Pit stops have got to be inbound here shortly.
Definitely. I think within the next 5 laps, we should be starting to see some of these guys. Maybe somebody from the back of the pack, like Don Blazer, Jeffrey Weimer, Chuck Cobb. Maybe they will, you know, do that early pit and try to make up some kind of time and hope for a late caution to make up for it. But right now, they need to make up a lot of time because Jeffrey Weimer right now is sitting 18 seconds behind the leader, and he's another second and a half behind Don Blazer for 8th position. So he's gonna have to do something to get off sequence with these guys. Right now,
sure. Definitely got to do something. I mean, I think a lot of these guys looking for a caution, maybe be able to make an adjustment on their race cars.
Right now, Mike Hayes is putting his Lazy Lizard teammate Jason Schilling 1 lap down.
Definitely not something you feel good about doing.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to put your teammate down, but Mike has a big lead that he's got to protect, and you know, Jason's probably saying, "Yeah, man, you know, go around me. I'll give you that low side. I'm not going to fight you."
Halsey manages to get around Dale Brooks here now. Is starting to try to challenge Tristan Evil. We also see some battling here. William Brown trying to get around Ricky Hutchins, really helping out Michael Thorpe to catch him. Oh, getting real close there. Thorpe getting a good run through the corner there. He's going to get a
And look, William Brown's coming down pit road.
Oh, and he almost loses it. Wow.
Oh, let's see. Let's see if he gets a
speeding penalty.
A speeding penalty on that one. We'll watch it as William Brown comes down to the attention of his pit crew.
And what a race this has been thus far. Definitely been interesting to watch for sure. We appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yeah, we got one caution, 20 laps in, but everything else has been green. We've only had one leader, but there's been a lot of good racing at second and third between Michael Thorpe and Joshua Slade, Dave Halsey, all those guys out there trying to get that second position.
Steve Gerber down pit road here.
William Brown is still in pit road, so he definitely, I would believe that he got a speeding penalty. He was not able to get down there, and here he goes.
He's unfortunate.
That is definitely going to hurt Steve Gerber, but that helps Stephen Hayes, who will get
2 laps down. I mean, that put him 2 laps down.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to think about it. 14 seconds to do your service, and then you got 40 seconds of penalty. It's gonna add up.
Very painful to watch for sure. Right now, Michael Hayes out to almost a 6-second lead. Curious when he's going to stop. I would assume I would go really soon right now if I was him, just to kind of maybe take, the ability for some of these guys to try to short pit him.
Now these guys, these guys will make up some time on Mike Hayes here, who's choosing to stay out at least one more lap. But he's built such a lead up from these guys that are pitting that, I mean, unless he has a really bad pit, I don't think it's going to play that much of an effect. And when he comes back out, he's going to have fresher tires than the guys that are, your Steve Gerbers and your William Browns. William Brown, he's kind of messed himself up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's going to be me for a couple of minutes. Right now we're watching Mike Hayes. Well, I'm watching Mike Hayes. Thorpe and Joshua Slade battling for that second position. That's right there is where all the racing is at right here. Between that number 7 and that number 34. Joshua Slade and Michael Thorpe racing for that second position. You see Jason Schilling right behind him, but he is a lap down. Chuck Cobb now coming into pit road. Gets down to that 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. Looks like Stephen Hayes is going to come behind him. Jason Schilling, he's coming down pit road. Front, Mike Hayes continues to put on distance between him and Joshua Slade now being showed at second. Battle still fighting back there for second and third between Michael Thorpe and Joshua Slade. This is where the battling is. This is where all the fun, exciting side-by-side racing is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back.
I left it right on those guys, and I am back now. Do apologize for the absence there for just a moment. But Joshua Slade and Michael Thorpe battling side by side for second place. Michael Hayes still has not taken this pit stop. Kind of surprising, but Slade's showing some really good long run pace right now.
He is. He's got that long run speed, but built up a huge deficit right now to that lead. If it stays green, I don't think that's a deficit that you can make up.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only way I think we see Joshua Slade succeed and win this race has got to be if a caution comes out. I mean, he like you said, if it's
Thorpe comes up and hits the wall.
Like he's having some conditions here.
Michael Thorpe car. I think he might have blown a tire. He is down low trying to milk.
Be possible.
He can't even stay. He can't even keep it down on that bottom side. You see him just rising up.
I think he blew a tire. I think you might be right there. I mean, just considering, this track is so abrasive, and a lot of the drivers out there talking about it before the race said that that hey, gas is not going to be the concern. Tires are. So maybe that's what we're seeing here.
And Thorpe chooses.
I don't think he'd be able to drive at all, though, right?
Yeah, and he chooses not to go down pit road, losing he just lost 4 seconds by hitting that wall. I would definitely be going down pit road. I think he might be hoping for a caution.
Yeah, I don't think one's going to come.
And here comes Mike Hayes, your leader, down pit road.
Oh, and he does a good job. Hopefully he got down to speed, but definitely did not see any tire smoke or anything like that. That could have been.
And here comes Michael Thorpe.
These pit stops are so important. I mean, they are so important.
Right, Michael Thorpe coming down for his service. Joshua Slade's going to assume the lead. And
Wouldn't you say, though? I mean, these green flag pit stops, it's so easy to make a mistake that it's just could kill your chances to win a race. When we see what happened with William Brown, I mean, just awful what happened there with him. I mean,
yeah. I definitely agree. As we watch Joshua Slade come down the pit road and get down, I made that mistake running in second in the official races this week. I could not get down uh, past that 45 mile an hour speed limit, and got busted for a 40-second penalty, which caused me to finish at 11th instead of second. So
It hurts so
yeah,
bad. I mean,
exactly.
it's just one of those things that I think a lot of teams don't put the effort in to practice that. I think that's so important that you got to practice to do it at pit road.
As we see Michael Thorpe coming back out on pit road,
Someone
Mike Hayes.
sideways on the apron there. Who is that? Ricky Hudgens loses it on the apron. No caution, though. I think he was trying to do a green flag pit stop himself, but that is what can go wrong with a green flag pit stop.
Yeah, Ricky Hudgens had been having nothing but bad luck from the start of the race. Had to start he gridded up and then jumped to the pit road. Started the race while on pit road, and was part of that first caution we had at lap 20 with Tristan Evil, Dale Brooks, and himself. So he's definitely struggling out there tonight.
For sure, and we talked about those issues that we saw Tristan Evil having, just a couple minutes ago. Oh, Joshua Slade sideways. Tristan Evil gets into him.
Yellow.
That's going to be a caution. Yellow flag is out. Man, how did that just happen? I think Slade on the new tires. I'm telling you, I've said this time and time again. When you get used to those old tires, you're on 50-lap old tires. You go right to them fresh ones. You're gonna drive like you're Superman, and it'll humble you.
And that's exactly what happened. Joshua Slade goes in there, gets loose all by himself. Tristan Evil, with nowhere to go, catches that back corner paddle of that car and pushes him around the rest of the way.
What Tristan Evil's, he's actually commenting on our YouTube here. I do believe he says no contact. So we have to look at this, and maybe he didn't get it as bad as we think he did. But yeah, he hit him. I see hit. But I don't know. Maybe his
Tristan Evil's 0 for 2 tonight.
Man, what an incident, though, to see him get loose like that right in front of him. Oh, my goodness.
Tristan Evil going down pit road to make sure that, if he does have damage, to try to get that fixed.
And you know what? I'm right there with what he's saying. Tristan Evil saying that, looking at his front end, there's no damage on that front end. Take a rear chase camera there, Lester, and you'll see there is no damage on that front end.
Rear chase. We're going rear chase here, huh? All right, we're gonna show. Yeah, you're definitely right. There might be on that right side. There might be a little bit right there at the fender.
That could be from just hitting the wall at some points, and we saw him hit the wall. But I don't know. I mean, that's interesting. We even heard the contact.
Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I think this has been such an interesting race tonight, though. I mean, this has been keeping us on our toes, hasn't it, Lester?
Oh yeah, definitely. Who's going to get the biggest question? Who's going to get the? I think William Brown. No, William Brown's coming down pit road. Who's going to get the lucky dog?
Definitely a good question.
I think Jason Schilling will probably be the one in line for the lucky dog. William Brown was 2 laps down, or was he 1 lap down at the end? No, he got to be 1 lap down because he's ahead of Jason Schilling. So it's very interesting. I think William Brown, he went down pit road, so he would lose the lucky dog if he went down pit road. I don't know. But right now, you look at Jeffrey.
How did Weimer get up there in second place?
I mean, if Jeff doesn't want us to talk about him, he doesn't need to be up there in the front, I mean,
he's only got 5 laps on his tires right now, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I think Mike Hayes pitted not too long ago as well. Let me see his pit strategy. What did he do there? Yeah, Mike Hayes. He has. It's not telling me.
Mike Hayes has 8 laps on his tires.
8 laps on his tires. Weimer has 8 laps on his tires. So, They're still good to go, and I mean,
Yep,
I
Don
wouldn't go in there
Blazer
and get.
also has 8 laps on his, 4 laps to the 4th place guy, 1 lap, and then pretty much everybody behind them have fresh tires.
We'll see. We'll see the difference between the 8 laps. Mike Hayes should be fine. I think Jeffrey should be fine too. These fresher
Well, he's
tires
gonna be
got to
fine.
battle. Fine, fine. Yeah, my
Well,
mouth
we're
is
having
getting
fun
dry.
here
I've been.
tonight, guys. If you can't tell, we're having a good time up here.
Yeah, it's definitely having a good time. Getting old. That's what we are. We're making those old over here. I spent the whole day riding roller coasters with my 14-year-old son, so my body is telling me I did that today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you go to the amusement park and have a really fun-filled day, you get home, you're just tired. I mean, you're just tired. I'll be honest with you, I've been there so many times, and looks like we're about to go green here. On the back stretch here, pace car lights are out, and what a domination it has been from Michael Hayes.
There you go, and exactly that. He's led every lap that, I don't know, Joshua Slade went and led some laps under why Mike Hayes went into the pit road, but from the drop of the green flag, Mike Hayes has just been the dominating car out there and looks to continue to...
Gotta give a huge shout out to Ronster Wraps.
Phenomenal work he does. I mean, look at that car in the lead. And not to mention, Danny does a really good job over there for Jeff Weimer's car, too.
Yep, for what used to be Shasta Motorsports for sure. And the green flag is out. Up
Oh,
to the
Jeff.
gears, and some wheel spin.
Jeff spins his wheels but collects it, and everybody does a great job not, because, Tristan Evil on the high side of Don Blazer. Don Blazer's slow on the restart.
There for Tristan. I mean, wow.
I don't know if it was a run of speed of Tristan, but I think Don and Jeff just did not get up to speed when that green flag came out, so it gave everybody a run behind them.
See Blazer struggling a little bit here as Michael Thorpe and William Brown trying to figure out a way to get around him.
Yeah, now the only thing that is going to benefit Tristan Evil here is that he has the fresher tires on Mike Hayes, as you see him going down and trying to take the lead away from Mike Hayes. Mike Hayes does not fight, gives it to him.
That's just wisdom right there.
Yeah, it's like Tristan Evil's already he's already had the bad luck happen around him. You don't want to be a part of it, so you just say, hey, you got a faster car right now. I'll get you in about 10 laps, and we'll see race then.
Definitely some great speed there from him, and he's had a fast car all night. But Michael Hayes, if he just be is patient here, I mean, he's been utterly dominant.
Right now, Don Blazers has rebounded and held on to that 3rd position and has got up to the top speed and is looking behind Mike Hayes there.
I think what we're seeing here right now is one thing everybody's got to realize. You see someone, being so good at one point of the race, this track is constantly changing. I mean, you see the overcast out there. I'm sure that it's been cooling steadily, which could give the favor to some of these other guys. As we see Joshua Slade underneath David Holsey trying to make a pass.
Well, Joshua Slade rebounding from that spin, and we don't know if it was contact yet or not, but he's back there. Oh, he's definitely got some damage on that back bumper there. Spoiler looks fine, but that back bumper is definitely crinkled up.
I'm sure, Michael Hayes didn't like that caution to come out, considering it took away that gap that he had, and has really given a lot of opportunities to some of these other guys out here right now. I mean, Don Blazer riding up in 3rd right now, but now under fire from William Brown.
And you can see what William Brown gets underneath him. That car gets so tight because he can't make that exit arc and it's so tight and it's hard to pass. As you see, Don Blazer cutting that arc off him, but William Brown side by side with Don Blazer going into turn one. Eventually, William Brown will be able to get around him going into the turn, but that outside gets such a run coming out, it makes it hard for that 27 to complete the pass, which he does right here.
Yeah, surprisingly able to complete that pass, but I mean, that just shows you the testament to the skill level of that 27. William Brown, just one of those drivers, always in contention to win, no matter what car he's in.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one of those guys you have to watch out for week in and week out.
And Don Avery now under fire from Michael Thorpe up on the top. Joshua Slade also in the mix. Man, even after that damage that Joshua Slade received, he's still looking quick.
Well, I guarantee you his car's driving a bit different now with all that damage on the back.
Yeah, have you ever had that happen? I've gotten damage and gotten better before.
Oh yeah. It takes. He might be having that good handling in the beginning, but his we commented that his long distance racing was better than a lot of people's. So that might change with that damage on the back now.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, change the toe on those on that rear end could definitely cause one of those tires to wear more. And I think the one tire that does wear the most here at this racetrack is probably the right rear, and that's where he's got a lot of that damage at.
The battle for the lead is starting to heat up.
You gotta love seeing these cars screaming around this racetrack. I mean, man, nostalgic almost in a lot of ways, considering this iteration no longer exists.
Yeah. This is the last time that official race will be held at Atlanta Motor Speedway. By the time they come back to Atlanta, or the next time that it gets put on the schedule, it will be the new configuration of the Mini Super Speedway. I've heard it being called.
A lot of spreading out going on, a lot of single file. We see little, about a half a second in between all these cars up here in the top five. Don Blazer under fire from David Holsey for 6th place. And Holsey's been fast all night. That's one thing we've seen a lot of, just not necessarily as good when it comes to the longer run.
Yeah, I mean, long run versus short run. These guys have been doing nothing but long runs throughout the year. So you kind of got to think that your setup would set up for a longer run, knowing that's the way the officials have been running too. You get an early caution and then nothing for a while. So I do believe if we have setup people out there, like Dale Brooks is a setup guy. He works for the setups over there in Dirty South Motorsports, or sorry, Chuck Cobb, Blazing Fools Racing over there. So I guarantee you he sent these guys up for a long run green flag.
And one thing about it too is, like, you could have that car set up for that long run green flag run, but who's to say the conditions of this track are going to be the way you set it up for? You know what I mean? And if you're trying to keep up with the conditions of the track too, you could be making changes that could make it worse.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
It really is all in your hands. You can make a mistake and mess it up.
Oh, most definitely. You could go the wrong way on the track bar. You think it's something that your car is tight, and you can get it too loose. Oh, Dale Brooks is showing. Dale Brooks just crashed. I'm gonna go back here and.
Oh no, he's down on the apron, stopped.
Yeah, it looks like he just drove down there and. Oh, he goes and hits the inside wall. And he stops, and it looks like and he jumps to the pit. So that's probably going to be it for Dale Brooks. Tristan Evil building up a lead, almost a second gap over Mike Hayes. 2 seconds behind that is William Brown, who's right in front of Michael Thorpe and Joshua Slade.
You know, it's got to be difficult for Michael Hayes right now. I mean, he hasn't ran in the dirty air. And that's one thing that, you know, we've even seen Tristan Evil suffer from before about, you know, how he was running the dirty air, you know, be so used to the clean air and running the dirty air and not be used to it. But he has ran a lot in the dirty air here tonight. I think that's what's giving him an advantage. He knows what the dirty air feels like, and then he gets to the clean air and it's like, wow, this is so much better. But now Michael Hayes doesn't really know as much about that, you know, dirty air, but he's still doing such a great job, though, matching lap times. I mean, last time by, he was faster than Tristan Evil. So it's such an interesting, you know, complex story here. I think that anybody up in this top 3 has a chance, even the top 5 has a chance to win this race.
Oh, most definitely. Anybody, I mean, if you're on a lead lap right now, you definitely have a chance to win this race. Anything can happen. You know, Mike Hayes led most of this race and had built up a 8-second lead over the second place. Coming out of the pits, I think he was 12 seconds ahead of the second place.
That was in clean air, though.
And that was in clean air. And well, I mean, like, my point is, you can't count yourself a win just because you got a lead. Anything can happen. That yellow flag can come out, and there goes your lead. Yeah. And, you know, Tristan Evil with 9-lap fresher tires had the speed to get around Hayes and got that fresh air, even though Mike Hayes is now closing that gap back up.
He really is really closing that gap back up. I mean, could we see that Lazy Lizard take the lead once again? But look at who's also has been faster than everybody in front of him. William Brown.
All right, William Brown catching that draft off the back of Mike Hayes. His last lap was last lap he was a little slower than Mike Hayes was. Both of them faster than Tristan.
Before that was a little bit quicker, yeah.
Is that Dale Brooks coming back out in the track again?
He is back on the racetrack. He's in front of Tristan Evil. This is going to be a test here. Is Dale Brooks just going to let him go on by? How's this going to work out?
Dale Brooks stays
Looks like
high.
He's going to go high. Good call there. You know, still hasn't got by him yet, but I'm sure he's just going to let Tristan go by. Dale's such a respectable driver, I'd say.
Yeah, right now Dale Brooks going in there to pits. He's probably got them 4 fresher tires.
Might be a little bit faster, so he would be probably able to stay out in front.
But right now, Mike Hayes has cut the lead in half.
He definitely has, but also got to, like I said, I think Brown is the one we need to be watching right now because he is running faster than both of those guys by a tenth at least. This is interesting. I mean, you even said it before the broadcast, Lester. You said, watch William Brown.
You see the 17 get loose right there a little bit in front of Dale Brooks. Now Mike Hayes is looking on the low side of Dale Brooks.
Obviously, Dale Brooks, I thought with the newer tires he'd be a little bit quicker, but wasn't. He's real close to that wall.
So the battle right now is heated up between Tristan Evil and Dale Brooks. Dale Brooks multiple laps down up there trying to get one of his laps back. Mike Hayes right there behind it watching it all unfold with William Brown coming up in 3rd place behind Mike Hayes.
That's one thing about Dale Brooks. He's going to keep Tristan Evil honest. You know what I mean? Dale Brooks, Tristan Evil have raced each other numerous times. They're one of those kind of power, one is, has been the top of, has gotten the victory lane multiple times. Both of them have gone victory lane multiple times.
Yeah.
And, they have a mutual respect for one another, I think.
Yeah, we'll say that.
I would say they do. I mean, I would say they do. I mean, Dale Brooks ain't wrecked him. I mean,
No, yeah, he has. He has not
wrecked.
wrecked him. He has not wrecked him. So we're gonna count our
He's
blessings
actually,
under that one.
might even be helping out Michael Hayes in a lot of ways. Well, I don't know. It just depends. Is Dale Brooks behind Tristan Evil helping him? You see a little bit of tire smoke coming off of Tristan Evil just now. You gotta say, these guys are getting awfully far into this stint. 28 laps into the run. The fuel window is probably open, I do believe, in the next couple laps.
Yeah, they should be able to go. If anything happens right now that brings out a caution, they would definitely go the rest of the way on a tank of fuel. But do you really want to go that way on a set of tires?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you were forced to do a green flag pit stop, I mean, I think if I were everybody out there in this field, I would go 10 more laps and then come down, or try to split it in half. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would definitely split it in half because I would want to go in at the least possible amount of laps that I have to be on those older tires towards the end of the race. I would rather have fresher tires at the end of the race myself.
Tristan Evil getting loose, catching a little bit of that grass.
And that's going to open the door for Dale Brooks and Mike Hayes. And William Brown.
William Brown. I told you he was the one to keep an eye on, didn't I tell you, Lester?
Well,
look at William Brown go.
I think I was the one that said it in the beginning of the race.
You did. You're right. You superseded me. I'm sorry. And that Razor 27, though, he is looking strong. Michael Hayes on the top. He has the preferred line, though, when it comes to this racetrack. He's able to hold so much more momentum up there. And it looks like that, like I said, that top lane really working out. Looks like he's going to try to go underneath Tristan Evil. They're going to have to deal with man, this is exciting.
And we have not left this front three for quite a while because that's where the racing is. Back behind this, Thorpe up to fourth, all by himself. Dave Halsey sitting there back in fifth. Joshua Slade falling back to sixth place. Chuck Cobb up 10 spots. He's the biggest mover of the night so far, sitting in seventh spot, with Don Blazer at 8th and Jeffrey Weimer in 9th. Jason Schilling now being showed as the 10th. And Christopher Basinger, the last car on the lead. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, these cars are a lap down. Sorry, those are 3 cars. Are Jeffrey Weimer. No, they're not showing that he's a lap down. Huh. My thing is all messed up.
Yeah, no, Chuck Cobb definitely not a lap down. But Don Blazer is still in the lead lap. Jeff Weimer is still in the lead lap. Jason Schilling is actually the first lap down car.
Okay, there you go. Now my stuff is done acted right. So right now the top 3 guys, Tristan Evil, Mike Hayes, and William Brown, nose to tail, all 3 of them coming around. Stephen Hayes coming off of pit road, it looks like maybe. Stephen Hayes not having
like it.
Yeah, Stephen Hayes not having the race that he wants.
But I think you see he's blood in the water. You see Ricky Hudgens out of the car. And you see that means that, hey, that's a position I can get right there.
Stephen Hayes coming back down pit road once again. He might have got a penalty, and now he's coming back to serve it.
Could have been an unsafe pit exit or something like that.
I don't know, but right now, nobody's getting a penalty up here in the front.
Definitely not. Still could see something like that happen to him. And these green flag pit stops that are going to happen really soon.
Oh,
Tristan Evil getting so loose.
And he comes down and cuts the nose off of the 99, trying to stop his momentum, but 99.
And it looks like the 99 going to go back to the lead. Oh, into the wall. Tristan Evil goes.
And he's scraping, and he's going sideways, and
sideways.
He saves it though. He gets down on them brakes and is able to stay off of the inside wall. I had my camera right on him, and so I guess I sniped him finally.
That is just unfortunate for him.
definitely unfortunate for.
Sad. I mean, he was doing so good, able to get, make that recovery after that wreck.
Yeah, but now it's a two-way battle instead of a three-way battle. Mike Hayes in that '99 Lazy Lizard mobile, William Brown in that Razor 27, both
That could have
Chevrolets.
easily been that caution, too, that could have really helped these guys make it to the end. But I think Hayes looks like he's got the best car here tonight. I'll be honest with you completely. He has dominated this thing. If he has a good green flag pit stop, I gotta say, I think Hayes might have this thing.
Well, I'm gonna root for Hayes just because I'm a little bit biased, but I mean, like I said,
I mean, you're the one that said William Brown. Well, it makes you biased, or it should make you unbiased. You should
Yeah.
root for William Brown, and I'll root for Hayes.
there you go. Okay, but I mean, like I said, I've always liked William Brown. William Brown, one of the great racers of Global Racing League. If anybody can take this lead away from the '99 of Mike Hayes, who's been dominating all night long, it's that 27 William Brown.
And no one even holds the candle to these guys when it comes to the pace either. I mean, you see them on the longer run. I mean, they're usually they are much faster. Don Blazier moving up a position here as Joshua Slade, I think, has some problems. He's loose. Slade's hitting the inside wall.
Oh, he's bouncing off that inside wall. Cautions does not come out.
Almost, man. I feel like throwing one just because of, man, that's unfortunate. He's going to try to get back going here. Still not under control, probably frustrated. Lost his whole back end, though. That bumper completely gone.
You see the leaders coming around him.
Man, you hate that, because we even said, I know before that other caution came out, before the green flag pit stops, how long of a run he had, or he was doing so well. You think maybe he made a bad adjustment or something?
I think the damage that his car took from that initial spin, we seen that damage on his back bumper. I think that made his car race a little differently. As you see, the 99, the 99's caught some traffic, some lap traffic goes around Dale Brooks.
And that's not just any lap traffic, that is Dale Brooks. He had a really fast piece here tonight. Unfortunately, was caught up in an accident earlier in the race. I have no doubts. I feel like if, I see you guys in the comments talking and stuff like that. I have no doubts that Dale Brooks would have been out here racing for the win if, an incident hadn't occurred. But I mean,
you can never, you can never count Dale Brooks. Here we see the
Trevor
99
Hayes down pit road. And he gets sideways there. Is he going to get slowed down in time?
I think he might have got
a penalty.
I think he got a penalty. I think he did too. And if he got a penalty, he's fired.
This is something we're going to have to keep an eye on right here.
It gives the lead over to Michael Thorpe. What happened to William Brown? William Brown's coming off pit road. Yeah, he's pitted. Oh, you got left side tires going on. Yep, Michael Hayes got a friggin' speeding penalty coming on pit road. And that is going to open the door for everybody to make. I mean, William Brown, he got a penalty.
And this literally gives anybody a chance to win this race. We saw Hayes purely dominating. And now, with a simple mistake like that, it can change everything.
Unsmart, not smart racing. You know you're coming into pit road. You know you got to get down. You got to.
You had the best car. Take it a little bit easier if you got the best car like that.
Exactly. He's back out right there in front of Michael Thorpe, who's coming out one lap ahead of him.
Man, what a race this has been. I would say has been just crazy exciting to watch.
Oh, most definitely.
I mean, fireworks. storylines, you know.
Dave Halsey, Don Blazer, and Jeff Weimer, your top three guys. William Brown on those fresh tires is not a lap down. They were not able to lap him. So right now, when these three guys in front do their pit stalls or pits, William Brown will be the leader.
Jeff Weimer right now, I do believe, is 51 laps into his run right now. Quite a long way he has been. He's got to be running on fumes right now. Chuck Cobb, though, getting around him. Halsey has about 49 laps in his run right now. So we saw him the way he, waited a little bit longer to pit.
Don Blazer coming in.
And at 23, I know I talked about it at length before the broadcast. I root for that 23 Don Blazer. I know he's got talent. I just think it really it comes down to the transition to this car. But his performance tonight, I'd say that he's transitioning well, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, I mean Don Blazer, he's kept his car clean and he's gonna get a good finish out of this night. Maybe you get a top three if everything falls the way he wants it to fall. Oh, David Halsey. It looks like every time I see David Halsey, it looks like he's about to
just
smash in the wall.
He's inches off of that wall and somehow managing to stay right there. It is an art form to run that car like that.
Jeffrey Weimer in that second place has not pitted yet, so he's on those old tires just trying to pray that a caution comes out.
And now 30 laps remain. A little bit of a blinking issue there going on for Chuck Cobb. He's got that solved though.
Jeffrey Weimer coming down pit road, which is going to give up second place to William Brown. And if there is no caution, if everything stays green, William Brown, it's his race to lose.
It does seem to be that way. I mean, he has such a massive gap back to third place. Over, I do believe, almost 9 seconds that he has back to third place. But looking at lap times, wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Thorpe make some splashes here as he comes up on Tristan Evil. And he's going to dive on the inside. And just looking at his lap times, he's much faster than everybody in front of him. I think he still could be a threat, even though he does have a long way to go to catch up with William Brown. And even if he isn't a threat for the win, just gotta take your hat off for Michael Thorpe. No wonder he's the points leader. Look at how great he's been doing.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I mean, I just was saying, we were even saying,
he definitely got the speed. He puts up. He puts the practice in all week long. You see him on all week long practicing his race. He gets in there with the guys and he takes notes from Dale Brooks and like that, and he runs his race. So he definitely puts in the time, and he's showing it because being the point winner. He's not won a race yet, but he's definitely is in the points lead. So consistency makes a championship.
You heard it here first. K Smooth out there in the comment booth saying, Halsey, please pit.
Oh, yeah.
So you heard it. Halsey, if you have the stream up, you should pit.
Okay. Now, Halsey's probably thinking, I ain't supposed to do what Kenny says until tomorrow.
But I think you're right. I think it's really is William Brown's race to lose, especially now that we have the laps are counting down. We're moving through this race really quickly. For it being 250 miles, 163 laps. We appreciate everybody out there in YouTube and Twitch land for checking us out here on Performance Motor Network and the Global Racing Esports Network.
Jason Schilling and Dale and 3 wide with the leader. Jason Schilling getting put a lap down by 57. 57's got to have like barely any rubber left on them tires.
I'm surprised he has fuel left in that tank.
I mean, I've seen some long runs, but Halsey's reaching 57 laps on this.
He's making me think that 50 lap thing I said about fuel. I think I might have been wrong, but I don't know. Halsey.
But there's no
how
point.
Slow he's
I
going
mean,
right
yeah,
now,
he can't go. There's no way he can go 23 laps. I mean, he's just killing. He's losing spots every lap that he stays up there. I mean, I guess he's hoping for a caution, but I don't see it.
Everybody's so spread out. You know, that caution, I don't think it's going to come.
You go see Joshua Slade and that broken car coming around him now. Jason Schilling coming down pit road.
I know I talked to Dale Brooks before the race, you know, and he mentioned just how much attrition that we would have here tonight. I mean, he called it 100% right. I mean, we've seen such a tremendous amount of attrition.
David Halsey falling down to the apron now. Will he come in this time? And it looks like he is going to come. No, yes.
Not able to get it slowed down. Is he going to be able to get it slowed down in time? And he does.
That's going to give the lead right back to William Brown. And I believe David Halsey will probably end up, because he stayed out so long, he's going to end up going a lap down to William Brown.
Yeah, I think for sure. I think he's going to end up going a lap down here. Michael Thorpe, though, still trying to run down William Brown. I think the lap times, though, are starting to plateau, considering, you know, just the way tire wear works at this racetrack. At some point, you know, you're going to hit a plateau to where you really aren't going to be going as slow.
Yeah, I mean, last lap, William Brown ran a 32.6, while Michael Thorpe ran a 32.4, so almost 0.2 of a second faster than, but he's got such a big gap on Michael Thorpe that, you know, 20 laps is not going to do it, and with that knocking off that much distance between the two.
Keep it up. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Okay.
Jeff Weimer involved and Stephen Hayes.
All right, so
now this changes literally everything.
Yes, sir, it does. Oh, what the heck is going on out there?
You see Jeff Weimer trying to get around Stephen Hayes here, so I think this is where, I think Jeff got up into Stephen Hayes and just crashed across the infield here. But I'm surprised that even brought a caution out. Oh my goodness! Jeff Weimer hits him after the fact. I don't know what that was about. Wasn't very nice. I would say Jeff kind of got tight in that situation. I have to look back at it one more time.
We'll go back it up here and find out exactly what happened. All right. Yeah, Jeff just washes up to the 13.
I mean, if you look at the car's movement, I mean, he came up. I hate to say it. I mean, I love Jeff, but he came up there.
All right, well, back it up and see if we can see it through another distance here. let's use the
Yeah,
maybe the
that was
bar
as
chase.
blatant as it could be. The after effects, though. Man.
All right, so we'll definitely deal with that after the race.
A little bit about. I'm speechless here.
I mean,
The race still continues. We mentioned it before. This changes everything. A lot of people are going to be able to get back on the lead lap because of this, perhaps, and also going to give a chance to Michael Thorpe. Going to give a chance to David Holsey.
oh. I am. That is.
Oh my word.
All right, right now I can't even speak right now, Brian. I do apologize for
I
the
understand.
silence.
That's okay. I think the silence is worth. It's okay, man. The race is still on here. William Brown right now out in the lead. And
I'll be
won't
right back.
too much longer. We have a short run here to the end. Going to be
Hold on.
almost
Cancel.
14, 15 laps remaining in this race. It's going to be pretty much in between, I'd say, William Brown, Michael Thorpe, Chuck Cobb, perhaps. Tristan Evil might still be in this thing. David Holsey showing a lot of speed on the short run. As the yellow is still out. Just a lot of craziness, a lot of fireworks going on here in Atlanta for sure, as the pace car lights are now out. Excited to see who is going to come out on top. I mean, especially with this slugfest this has literally been. I mean, this has literally been bare knuckle boxing insanity that has been going on here tonight. And
The reason why we call it the Hurt Feelings.
yeah, I mean, I think it was aptly named, wasn't it? Hurt Feelings 250. I think that's what we're seeing tonight, but it just doesn't make a lot of whole sense to me, but it is what it is. It's something that we'll leave it up to the audience's discretion on how they feel about it. But the pace car down pit road, William Brown in control, has every shot to win this thing. Oh, a little bit of a wheel spin there from Chuck Cobb, as he's might be set up there for Josh Slade. But Slade is actually 8 laps down, so not really a worry there. Oh, Slade gets loose, down onto the apron, saves it. Just a good save. Michael Thorpe is up to William Brown, challenging for the lead, almost touches the grass there, Lester.
Yeah, good battle up here for the lead. William Brown, Michael Thorpe, Tristan Evil right back into it again.
Man, they are battling hard. Still unknown who's going to win it, especially like you said, Tristan right there.
Doing a little blinking right there.
This is getting exciting as we almost have, I do believe, 12 laps to go as they cross the line. Tell you what, if this hadn't been an exciting race, I don't know what it is. Tristan Evil now looking underneath, even with that damage on that car, still looking strong.
William Brown on the outside.
Thorpe is, I mean, these guys are letting it all hang out right here. This is when you see those gloves coming off. I mean, this is when ain't no games being played right now. This is like, I'm trying to win this race. I mean, Thorpe hasn't won all season. We talked about it. He's been so consistent, but has not gotten that win. He wants to get that dub, Lester.
He definitely does. He's hungry for it. He wants it, and right now William Brown is not going to give it to him.
No, I don't think any. You know, when it comes to these caliber of racers, no one's given anything. You know, these guys got a claw for every position, every bit of speed they can get, and I think that's what we see out here tonight, right now. You know, William Brown, Thorpe, and Tristan Evil. They race each other clean. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll see how this ends. Sooner or later, the clean's going to stop, and the elbow is going to start getting pushed out there to try to keep these guys behind them. But right now, William Brown's doing a great job. Got 9 laps to go.
Shout out to Valerie Fuller out there saying, "Let's go, Thorpe." Thorpe's got it apparently. So I don't know. A lot of confidence going Thorpe's way right now.
I do believe. I'm not sure if Valerie is might be his grandma. I don't know what his grandma's name is.
We definitely appreciate her watching and supporting him nonetheless, whoever it is.
Yes.
As he follows right in the tracks of William Brown. The top 3, the fight here raging on. I mean, I think at any moment someone could try to make a challenge. I mean, that's the thing about it. When it comes to that last lap, Lester, you don't have to pass the guy fully. You just have to be even an inch.
Yeah, you just gotta have that first part of your nose cross the finish line before the first part of his nose does.
For sure. And man, what a race we've seen here tonight. I think this is one that is going to go down in the history books for PMN and Global.
Yeah, definitely. This is been a great race for at least 87% of what we've seen so far. The other percent was definitely going to be dealt with at the conclusion of this race.
Getting challenged by Michael Thorpe, trying to run and trying to get underneath.
Oh, Thorpe gets loose. Tristan gets loose.
Tristan Evil hits the wall.
And that sets the sails up for the 27 to pull away even further away from that 34 of Michael Thorpe and the 17 of Tristan Evil. David Halsey back here in the 4th position, hoping a little bit more banging would be being done back there.
Tell you what a great day it's been for Chuck Cobb, though. Up to 5th right now, doing an excellent job. Nice top 5 for him tonight. David Halsey also managing to score, looks like a 4th place, as we only have just a handful of laps left. Also, even though under that, all those problems that Michael Haynes has, he's still in 6th place. He's still going to get a pretty good finish here tonight, surprisingly.
Yeah, he's limping that car around the track just to hold on to that 6th place. Good fight by him. Resilience from him. I'm proud of the way he raced tonight. I'm proud that he didn't retaliate after the obvious intentional wrecking of his car when he was trying to get the lucky dog. But back up here front, William Brown with 3 laps to go.
a lot of a little bit of some back and forth going on in the comments here. Love to see it. Even though some energy. We still love to see the energy nonetheless. So we appreciate everybody being so emotionally invested in the racing here. Doing such an excellent race. I mean, this has been polarizing, I would say, but some of the best things in history have been polarizing. As William Brown right now in position to win this thing. White flag soon to come out as we're set to take the final lap. You called it, Lester. You truly called it. That
Yep.
William Brown was fixing to win this race. How did you know? How did you
Well,
know that?
Because William Brown, he's that kind of racer. You just know somehow, some way he's gonna pull it off. I mean, the way the night went tonight, I'm not even happy about being right.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just, hot with emotions, and I think that, that's just one thing, you get hot with those emotions. Oh, someone blows up. I do believe that's the 99 blowing up on the last lap. I think he is going to retain a 6th place finish, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, he
But
will
that
finish.
is it. William Brown, your winner. What a race for him. I mean, he was in contention all night long. I think he truly was. Michael Thorpe also coming home with a great 2nd place. We talked about consistency for points. Excellent finish there for Michael Thorpe. Excellent finish there for Tristan Evil, considering all the trouble he has went through tonight too. Also, I mean, David Holsey. I mean, I think there is not a person out there that has not had trouble here tonight. Some type of physical, thing going on. But William Brown, I'd say he has the cleanest car, right? So it makes sense that he won, right?
All right, yeah, he definitely made it up for that speeding penalty that he got early in the race. Was able to caution flags worked out for him, and it got him back on the lead lap.
For sure, and I think it's time we get the post-race celebrations underway. William Brown burning it down out there. Before we get to the post-race celebrations, we'll go ahead and do a rundown through the field as they finished. William Brown winning the race here tonight. Michael Thorpe in 2nd place, Tristan Evil in 3rd place, David Holsey in 4th, Chuck Cobb in 5th, Michael Hayes in 6th place, 7th place Jason Schelling, 8th place Don Blazier. And Lester, if you'd like to finish out the remainder of the field.
Yeah. 9th place goes to Christopher Basinger. Steve Gerber is in 10th. Joshua Slade 11th. 73 is 12th. 13th goes to Stephen Hayes. 14th goes to Dale Brooks. Ricky Hudgens is going to come home 15th after having a really bad, some bad luck tonight. And Brian Ricker, who had to leave after about 6 laps, is going to come home 16th. And that's your wrap up for the night.
Definitely is, and we'll get right to the interviews here. We're going to talk to our 3rd place finisher, Tristan Evil. If we could find him here, one moment. Alrighty, we got you in the booth, Mr. Tristan Evil. Thank you for joining us here tonight. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well after a long race. But you guys?
3rd place too. I mean, definitely a solid finish considering, you're involved in some, trials and tribulations and things of that nature. I mean, just tell us what was your view on Atlanta? Just what were the challenges out there for the cars? It seemed like it was just difficult to drive on all sides.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta's always a super tough track to race at. There's old, worn-out surface. The Xfinity cars, quite a bit of horsepower, not a lot of downforce. So, you're out there slipping and sliding, and it was a pretty cool track. And sometimes that makes it even looser, and that was kind of what I was battling today. It's Atlanta's just one of those tracks. If you overdrive it one way, you're gonna burn the right front off. You overdrive it another way, you burn the right rear off. So it was hard for me to just find that balance, especially after getting some damage. It felt really good up until that point. So that's unfortunate, the way that that goes, and I want to apologize to Dale for what happened there, but we were on corner exit. I thought I was gonna have more room, and we were gonna kind of start moving up the track like we normally would, and that just kind of never happened. He still had a car length between him and Ricky, and I just figured he'd use more real estate, and I'd be able to use more real estate, and it's just when you're door to door with somebody like that, you just can't see next to you. So you know, I apologize for that. That sucks, but third place, being able to salvage that after the kind of day we had, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say, there's a level of mutual respect between drivers like y'all too. I mean, I feel like you guys, I mean, you recognize each other's talents. You would have, I don't think you did that on purpose at all. I think that's the definition of a racing incident for sure. But not my place to judge. But that, that's something. You seem like, you definitely sincerely don't, didn't mean to do that. Whatever happened there, and I think it was just a circumstance of it's Atlanta. This is a tough track. I mean, you can't imagine, how tight these cars can get, how loose they can get. I mean, it is not easy to drive around this track. Not probably as easy as the super speedway we might have saw today at Xfinity.
No,
But
and
excellent work to you though.
yeah, with these things, it's you never know what the heck's gonna happen. Somebody pull in front of you and take all the air off your car, and you could get tight one time, and the next time, same thing happens, and you start wrecking loose. So, yeah, but that's kind of what makes it, that's kind of what makes it fun. So I love the Xfinity cars, and I love Atlanta. So I had a blast out there.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good finish for you, considering I know last week didn't have necessarily the best finish and dropped a point in the point standings. This might put you back to where you want to be, maybe in third position in points. We'll have to wait and see. How are you feeling about next week? I do believe Coda, is it on the docket?
I believe that's what's coming up, and I'm pretty excited about that. Haven't got to race code a lot, and it's a long track. I think over 3 miles, so lots of turns, um, lots of places to make mistakes. So being consistent is going to be a huge key. Um, that's going to be the name of the game. Is just being able to go out there and not miss your marks and be able to run clean laps. So um, looking forward to it. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Uh, honestly, I wish
That
I
would
wish
be cool if
iRacing.
iRacing had that.
Yeah, it would be cool. I'd be so down for that, and looking forward to whenever they do add it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. First road course of the season. Well, yeah, first road course of the
Yeah.
season. I think it's gonna be fun.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing what you can pull together out there for sure. Congratulations on your third place finish. And who can we shout out tonight, Tristan, for you?
Um, Shout you guys out, of course. Performance Motor Network. You guys do a great job on all the broadcasts. So can't thank you guys enough. Shout out to Michael and everybody who's got a part in the Xfinity League here. A lot of fun. Super competitive group of guys out here. So it's tough to come out here and put together a good run. So love that. Shout out to my mom, of course. She's always out there watching. Love you, mom. Shout out to the girlfriend for letting me do this, and shout out to Martin Sports, Moonlight Setup Shop, all those guys, Lunatic Racing. Jeremy couldn't be here tonight. Derek couldn't either. So thanks to those guys for building the set and giving me a rocket ship. I think that's about it.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate your time, Tristan, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
That was Tristan Evil, your third place finisher. Next in line is going to be Mr. Michael Thorpe. Can't wait to see what he's got to say. Mr. Lester, you want to take care of this interview?
I'm gonna let you handle the interviews tonight, man, if you don't mind.
Alrighty, that's fine. Mr. Michael Thorpe, we got you in the booth. How's it going, man? Second place for you. Got to feel good to be Mr. Consistency and probably still in the points lead.
Oh, I wanted that win so badly. I wanted it badly. I tried my hardest, did everything in the book without getting into them. Wow. just wow.
What a race it was for sure. I mean, exciting from I'd say start to finish. We had enough to talk about. You know, how did Atlanta the challenge wise? Like, what was the hard thing out there tonight?
Definitely trying to save tires. I made an adjustment like I think it was the third pit stop I did, and it backfired on me hard. I was in the top three, and I was getting real tight on exit and not exit, tight on exit, entry, and just real loose on exit.
Well, I mean, that's just how Atlanta is. You make one adjustment, it's going to make something else go wrong, right? But I mean, just a challenge. You were able to rise to that. You know, did you notice anything? I got to ask about how the track changed during the race. I mean, we see, you know, the overcast. You know, it getting darker out there. The track cooling down. Did you notice anything from that?
Well, I noticed I was able to drive it in a lot more than I did in the daytime. So it was just, how matter of fact, how hard I drove it in. If I drove it in a little too hard, I was gonna get in the wall, which I actually did early in the race.
I think we
When the
saw
started
that.
getting dark.
We see everything up here. We are the eyes. A great job to you, man. How are you feeling about COTA? Have you set foot on that track yet?
I've done a few test sessions here and there, but I don't feel like I'm in my position to get the win. So as far as that goes, I'm still gonna be trying to just perfect the car and perfect my skills at that track.
I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, seat time is you can't replace that for sure. And look forward to seeing what you can do. We're going to definitely be rooting for you. Always rooting for Mr. Michael Thorpe up here. And who can we shout tonight for you after your second place finisher? And Wolf Cola, driver of the night.
DSM, GGA, University of Northwestern Ohio. Definitely my grandmother was watching. My old man. And well, I just want to shout out these fast cars for one thing.
Yeah, it just seemed like you had a great time tonight, and we appreciate your time, Mr. Michael Thorpe. Can't wait to see the future success you will have. I mean, definitely one of the I think the favorites for the championship here this year. We'll have to wait and see though. But good luck to you. Look forward to seeing you.
Yep, got a long way to go. I'll talk to you guys later.
And with that, we are on to the last man. Certainly not the last man, truly, though. He is the first place finisher here tonight, William Brown. Michael Lester even said before we started the broadcast, he's like, William Brown is going to win this race. Did he just speak that into existence, or how much preparation did you put into this?
How you guys doing? Yeah, I think Michael, he might have fixed this race. Who knows? He might have had some money on this bet and made sure it happened. No.
I've been known to fix races before.
No, I did a couple practices early in the week for a change. I did an official, pulled out a win on that one. So I felt pretty good about my chances entering here, but of course there were some guys that had faster cars that, due to one reason or another, just were not there at the very end to compete for the win, and the cards played out perfectly for me, and somehow pulled it off. I started out this race spinning, and falling to the back of the pack. I got a speeding penalty on the first pit stops and went 2 laps down at one point.
Yeah.
And that, I got the luckiest I could have possibly have gotten. When that caution came out, I just got back on the lead lap. And that was probably about 3 laps getting lapped again. And, just caught a big break. That put me back
really
in the
did.
game. And
I mean, there was a lot of guys out there that even maybe have had a faster car that took them out of the game. I mean, condolences to all those guys that definitely, but you came out the victor. I mean, I kind of knew that this race was going to be all about attrition.
Yeah, I honestly thought that once Michael Hayes had gotten around Tristan Evil there on what could have been the last green run there, I thought he was going to run away with it. I was going to try to short pin him 1 lap and get it in front of him and see if I could hold it. But I can't say how lucky enough I was for him to make the same mistake I did earlier and get himself a speeding penalty. Sucks for him, but I'm more than happy to see it. And you know,
Cold
hey,
blooded.
hey, came out with the win. I need it
For
bad
sure.
too. I missed a few races this season already. I need every point I can get.
No, I hear you. You know, unfortunate for him, but I mean, I think that's another thing that probably need to discuss with you. You know, how hard was it on the pit road? And we saw you had that problem too. We saw him, Michael Haynes speed on pit road. I mean, it seemed like it was harder than the actual racetrack itself to get that green flag pit stop right.
Yeah, my first time when I got my penalty, there was some traffic that had just pitted that I was trying to negotiate around. I had let somebody around me low in 3 and 4, and I had plenty of time to slow up, but I don't know if it set my mind in a different spot, and I thought I could, brake later than I needed to, but I definitely overshot at that time. It's easy to overshoot. Get a long green run, these tires get real hot and worn down. The car doesn't want to stop like it does on pressure tires. Next thing you know, you're 10 miles an hour over the pitch speed limit.
I think you won in just the right amount of time because it has gotten pitch black outside here at Atlanta, and you won right at the right time. How are you feeling, though, about COTA coming up next week?
I like road courses a lot. COTA is a very, very tough track. It's the turns are, how do I put it? There's no banking on most of the turns at all, pretty much, and there's a few elevation changes on the first half of the track. You got like the S curves that if you take it faster than you really can, next thing you know you're getting loose or going off the track. It's not very forgiving if you don't have a good feel for it. I would say that's a track I'm probably going to practice more than any other track the entire season. So
yeah, I mean, considering
it
you're known for just showing up and winning. I mean,
well, these road courses aren't as simple as that.
You can't do that.
I think it's probably easily the hardest road course on the schedule. So
take a week off from work just to work on that.
Tell me about it. So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of work practicing that one.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you can bring out for sure, and congratulations on your win tonight, man. Excellent work. Who can we shout out after taking that top spot?
Michael Lester.
No.
There you go, buddy.
That's you owe it all to me.
My good old teammate Josh Slade, who was there with me today. Let's see here, all my friends that are watching. I got a few of them: Keldon, Max, Darren, and my wonderful girlfriend that's been behind me for the last 2 hours, patiently waiting for me to get my crap over with over here. So, yeah.
Well, I'm afraid she's gonna have to wait just a little bit longer because I definitely need you to go into the boardroom after this, my friend.
Oh, jeez, Pete. Yeah, you can tell her yourself.
Oh, she loves me. She already. I mean, I got you a win. She's got to love me.
Let's get y'all to the boardroom. Hey, I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. We definitely appreciate your time, William. Always a pleasure and a half to talk to you, buddy.
I'm just glad I had the opportunity to come back in here and talk to you again. It's a good day when
we don't get a chance a lot. It seems like
not lately. So
you usually get to talk to Zach or something like that,
Yeah, I missed it last week by I think one position, so I'm glad to be in here and get a win.
Well, we definitely glad to have you here, and man, good luck to you next week. Congratulations.
Take care, guys.
That
is
you too, buddy.
Your winner, William Brown, able to lock down that win after a very chaotic race for sure, and one that is definitely going to be rewatched a ton. So if you've missed all of it, go back and check out everything that happened in this race. This is one that is like a soap opera unfolding, but we definitely appreciate everybody enjoying it and commenting and sharing their opinions and all that such. And make sure you like and subscribe to the Performance Motor Network or the Global Racing Network or Esports Network. Definitely, Michael Lester doing a tremendous job on his broadcasting himself. Huge up and comer when it comes to the broadcasting game for sure. And make sure you check us out tomorrow, 12:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know, Lester, are you going to be live streaming that one from your
I will be
cockpit?
live streaming my in-car view camera of. We haven't named the race yet, but we definitely will come up with a
We'll
name.
figure
But
it
we'll figure it out tomorrow. Definitely tune in if you want an in-car view camera for the whole race and listen to Lazy Lizards over there. Have a conversation. Just don't pay attention to Shane Dinsdale.
Well, we appreciate, like I said, everybody out there watching. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Atlanta. This is Performance Motor Network and Global Racing Esports Network signing off. Thanks, everybody, for watching.